Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin, and this is Levin TV, a truncated Levin TV, but a very important one, I think, not because of me, but because of the man we honor, Rush Limbaugh. You know, Glenn Beck and I over here at BlazeTV, we knew Rush, others on BlazeTV as well. You could even say there wouldn't be a BlazeTV or Levin TV, or before that a CRTV, or any of these digital platforms. But for Rush, now what do I mean? You're saying he was a radio guy, did some TV. What I mean is this. He showed conservatives how to be entrepreneurial when it comes to broadcasting, when it comes to media. That's what he showed us. And so we have a lot of wonderful people now, young people too, who are finding ways to break away from these big corporatists who are left-wing and who undermine conservative talk and the conservative message, as we've seen in recent times with Twitter, Facebook, Amazon, Google, YouTube, and so forth against Parler, among others. And so you've seen these platforms grow promoting liberty and Americanism. The media, of course, calls us right-wing, which they must in order to try and degrade us. But we're not right-wing. Since when is supporting the Constitution, our history, and liberty right-wing? In fact, we're not on any wing. We embrace our country, Americanism. That's what Rush taught us. That's what Rush showed us. Be yourself. Be independent. Take advantage of the liberty that we have. Be entrepreneurs. Think for yourself. Again, he's the one who underscored these points. And so you can see it. We now have podcasting. We now have digital TV. And of course, we have conservative talk radio. We have Fox. None of this would have happened. None of it from a content and substantive perspective, but for the fact that we had this tremendous man with tremendous insight. Rush was a leader when it comes to conservatism. He was a leader when it comes to Americanism, but he was also a leader when it comes to entrepreneurism. And that's something he was very proud about as well. Notice he respected his sponsors. He respected those people who advertised. He treated them that way. He gave them a lot of time because he believed in not only what he preached, but practicing it, capitalism. But the one thing that was most important to Rush, other than family, of course, was you, his audience, the American people. He told me this over and over again. He told you this. He thanked you every show. And that was the advice he gave me. He gave me several pieces of advice, but the one main piece of advice he gave me was, never disrespect you. Never disrespect your audience. It doesn't mean a caller can't be kind of a goofball. The audience. Never disrespect the audience. The audience is smarter than we are. In other words, you're smarter than I am. And it's true. It's very, very true. I had a lot of personal interactions with Rush over the years. Many of you may have first heard of me as F. Lee Levin, the director of Rush's legal division. Well, he didn't have a legal division. And F. Lee Levin was a tongue-in-cheek on F. Lee Bailey. And that happened, that has to be 20-some years, 25 years ago or so, because I would send him comments and information on constitutional issues or legal issues as they would come up, unsolicited by him. And I would send him through his magnificent staff person he called Cookie, Kathleen was her name, Kathleen Gleason. And we became friends. And then one day, Rush reached out and he said, enough of this faxing stuff. Here's my personal email address. Use it anytime, day or night. And that started a personal relationship and friendship that went on for several decades. We're going to miss Rush a lot. We're going to miss him a lot. He was very, very important, not only in terms of the idea man, but he took a lot of hell for us, and he stood up against it. They didn't want to debate him. They didn't want to get to know him. They wanted to destroy him. And Rush would say, thanks to you, his audience, they weren't able to. But most of his days on radio were happy days. And nothing was going to stop him from talking to you each and every day, even when he went deaf. I mean, completely deaf. He found a way to come back. He got the cochlear implant. Thank God it worked. It's not perfect, but it worked. He had the scribe who would write down what callers were going to say so he could see it as quickly as possible, even before he took the caller, because there was some delay. And he never missed a beat. What a remarkable man. I told somebody else the other day that doing radio deaf is like driving a bus blind, and yet he figured out how to do it. Most people, that would have ended it. It wasn't because he needed the money. He didn't. It wasn't because he needed the fame. He didn't. It's because you were his family. And he loved his audience, and he knew he was blessed by his audience, and he wanted to talk to you every day, and he wanted to talk about what was going on every day. He loved his country. He was raised to love his country. And he loved his country. He was a red-blooded American from the Midwest. And I know he would also say to you, I think he would, okay, now the baton's been passed to you. Each and every one of you, one generation to the next. So we mourn our Rush, and he is our Rush. We don't care what the left has to say about him. We mourn our Rush. We heed what he said. We take that baton and we run with it. As he would also tell me, each of us has a role. Somebody could be on TV, somebody could be on radio, but we have a role. If you're a parent, with your children. If you're a grandparent, with your grandchildren. You choose to run for office, that's your role. Whatever life you're leading, you can always advance the cause of Americanism. That's what Rush, I think, would say to you. And that would be his legacy. And I just want to thank you all you Levinites out there, for subscribing to this program, for watching me, listening to what I have to say. I love you dearly, and I'm very, very thankful for you, as I was thankful for Rush. Have a good night.
I want to thank you for the nice things you said about me.
Wow.
Didn't mean this to be about me. Things usually do end up being about me, but I
Of course they do.
didn't think.
Yes, this is it.
Okay, thanks for
God
showing
bless
up.
you, my friend.
Bet. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you.
Radio in general hasn't died because it is a superior communications medium. And it really sings, and it really dominates and triumphs when you have people who know what they're doing, who have built up a lot of experience, who love it, who understand the ability to talk to a microphone where there might be millions of people listening, but that microphone is one of them. The ability to create a bond with mass numbers of people, create trust, credibility, to be liked, respected, and so forth. You just can't throw anybody. I don't care if you got the smartest, brilliant liberal or conservative or sports person and put them on the radio and they work. They'll get an audience, but really succeeding will not happen. Broadcasting is a skill. Radio broadcasting, far different skills than television broadcasting. And radio done well. People who excel at radio create a deeper bond with an audience than anybody on television ever will.
For more, sign up for Levin TV.